Formula One heads away from the south of France and heads to the border between Asia and Europe. Welcome to Baku and the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. It's the 6th stop on the 2021 calendar. So far, 3 races to Lewis Hamilton, 2 races to Max Verstappen, with the Dutchman leading the title. Azerbaijan kicks off the usual summer trip around Europe. Next time, we're at the French Grand Prix at Paul Ricard before a double bill in Austria with the Styrian and Austrian Grand Prix, taking us then to the 16th to the 18th of July for the British Grand Prix at the height of Euro football. Then we go off for the Hungarian Grand Prix before the summer break and another triple header with Belgium, Netherlands and Italy forming part of an Ionic trio. Then we head over to Russia on the 26th of September, Singapore on the 3rd of October before backing up that with Japan. Then on October 24th, it's the United States Grand Prix. A week later, Mexico. A week later, in Brazil, before a little gap before the Australian Grand Prix, Saudi Arabia, and then the season ends on the 12th of December at Abu Dhabi. In terms of the Drivers' Championship, Max Verstappen leads the way by just 4 points to Lewis Hamilton, 105 to 101. Lando Norris in 3rd place on 56 points ahead of DNFing in Monaco's Valtteri Bottas. Sergio Perez completes the top 5, followed by Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz. Daniel Ricciardo, Pierre Gasly and Esteban Ocon completes the top 10. On the second page, Sebastian Vettel finally gets points 10 to his name in 2021, alongside Lance Stroll, Fernando Alonso with only 5, Yuki Tsunoda on 2, Antonio Giovinazzi still on 1 point, and no points on the board for Kimi Raikkonen, George Russell, Nicholas Latifi, Mick Schumacher or Nikita Mazepin. In terms of the Constructors' Championship, for the first time in a long time, it's Red Bull Racing leading the way by just 1 single point to Mercedes, 149 to 148. McLaren lead up next, 2 points ahead of Ferrari in the battle for 3rd. Aston Martin a point ahead of AlphaTauri, who's a point ahead in turn of Alpine. Then we get Alfa Romeo Racing only on 1 point. Williams and Haas, sadly, still on none. It's time to head into the long twilight here for second practice in Baku for the 2021 Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Let's take a look around the Baku city circuit here for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. 51 laps ahead of us, 3.753 miles. Start the lap then. It's very important to get a long sweeping run down towards turn number 1. You're going 8th gear, 345 kilometers an hour, back down 3rd gear, 130 kilometers an hour. Rise up towards turn 2. It's yet another 90-degree left-hander. Now put the car in the centre to the track, open up the DRS and really full it throttle. 8th gear, 330 kilometers an hour, back down to 3rd gear at just 100 kilometers an hour into the braking zone. Get the cars controlled at the exit as well as you go into the first right 90 degree at just 3rd gear, 95 kilometers an hour, back down towards 5 and 6. So once again it's a tricky little corner to get right. 3rd gear, once again 100 kilometers an hour as you enter the castle section. Now the track narrows right up as you try and hold it between the lines as well. Now back down 3rd gear, 100 kilometers an hour. Now literally thread the eye of a needle up throughout the castle as well. Jump up the hill, 3rd gear all the way up, drop to about 95 kilometers an hour and then really let the engine sing as you rise up. 8th gear, 290 kilometers an hour as you blast through. You're approaching the braking zone. 5th gear, 265 kilometers an hour, back down 3rd gear at 120. Now let the engine really sing as well as once again as you get the exit speed brilliantly here. 3rd gear, now full throttle, rise up. By turn 18 you're at 8th gear, 300, then 307 kilometers an hour, battling through 19 and 20. 8th gear, 325 kilometers an hour, open up the DRS, you'll cross the control line in 8th gear, 330 kilometers an hour before reaching a top speed of 345 kilometers an hour, and that is a lap of Baku.
welcome to the 2021 Baku Free Practice 2. And it's a bit of a change today because this time I'm lead commentator and Joshua is stuck in the co-commentator position.
Yeah, I'm not feeling all that well either at the moment. So, Megan, you're already in FP2, so you can take the lead. Talk us around the track.
Right, so Baku has Sector 1, Sector 2, Sector 3, and not as quick as doing this as Joshua. There's a speed trap near DRS Zone 2. It's down a straight, and it has an elevation of 26.9 metres. First action zone is Turn 1, where we see 2018 Ricciardo and Verstappen. That was a bad crash, as I remember. Turn 2 also with Perez and Ocon in 2017.
Teammates into each other as well. We always said it was Rule 1 and Rule 2.
Yeah, seems like a best thing for this. And it's in 2019 Leclerc on Turn 8 with a quite nasty accident, which I think, and going straight into a wall, and I think that could cause some problems. The tyre compounds today are C5, C4 and C3. I don't know what else to put into that.
That's exactly right. As best as you can go around it anyway. But track conditions looking good. Track temperature 49 degrees, air temperature 28. And we're getting ready for what should be a very interesting second practice session.
Track temperature is 49 Celsius and it went off literally a second after it came on. What is the point in showing that?
Well, to be
if
fair,
you're just going to go to the commentary box.
There you go.
Air temperature is 28 Celsius. I'm not going to do Fahrenheit because, to be honest, I don't really understand Fahrenheit.
Yeah, it's just leave it exactly how it is at the moment. Anyway,
I don't think many people in Britain do understand Fahrenheit.
Getting ready though. FP2 coming up, and I'm hoping, Megan, it's going to be a better session than this morning, which saw some very strange situations within the last 5 minutes. We had about 3 or 4 different cars flying off the track. 5
I
yellows.
wish I would have done that session.
Yeah, but I think Free Practice 2 is going to be a lot more on it than what we saw, because this is now going to be the most intense hour they've got, because they're going to be out there straight away. They're going to be doing all their race runs. They're going to be doing all their prep work for Sunday and qualifying as well. So it really is going to be key to see exactly who's what, where and how. And
we're in front of the Red Bull garages now, and the team seems to be working quite frivolously on the cars. I mean,
yeah, they're just getting ready.
Not so much at the front, though. Sergio Perez, it's quite a lot of work at the back of the car, especially around the
gearbox side of things. Yeah. There's
the wheels.
There's a couple of mechanics just sort of hanging around there, but no body work off. So maybe they're just plugging the laptops in, getting ready. The same amount of work going on at Mercedes with Bottas and Hamilton out there at the moment as well. But I suppose it's all going to be good. It's all going to look great as well when we get going. I mean, this really is a Mercedes-dominated track. Rosberg won it in 2016, Hamilton 2018 and 2019. Ricciardo won it in 2017. So it's sort of fair. Red Bull have won 1, Mercedes have won 3.
We're in front of Carlos Sainz's car, and he's getting new wheels put on.
Sainz, he locked up this morning at turn 15 as well, and almost... he was able to select reverse gear incredibly quickly. We saw Tsunoda and Schumacher struggle with that at turn 4. Just another instant is how Carlos Sainz has been able to get a grips to his new Ferrari quite quickly.
And it's unusual to see first in the championship is Red Bull with 149.
Yeah, 149, just 1 point clear of Mercedes. And I think that's going to be something this weekend that will be...
Fight to the death.
Yeah, fight to the death, exactly. Yeah, it's going to be quite close. And I'm going to expect to see Mercedes claw it back this weekend and Red Bull get it back in the 2 races in France. 1 race in France and 2 in Austria coming up.
I'm not wearing a jumper today either, so that's a good change. And right now we're looking at a poster for Drive to Survive.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say about that, though practice has started, and it's first on the track is Esteban Ocon.
Kimi Raikkonen going out there. Finally got everything working at the moment. Still no driver tracker just yet on our monitors like we had in this morning's session.
Oh, it seems like everyone wants to go out.
Everyone is actually heading out. Quite a lot of them as well out there. So, yeah, it's nice actually to just take a relax and not be the lead for a change, because not feeling great. after that jab yesterday, and it sort of got worse after lunch as well. So yeah, you can have all that pleasure of.
You thought
thinking
that
things to
food was
say.
going to calm it.
I did, yeah, and it
And it
hasn't.
worked for breakfast.
Worked for breakfast, yeah.
Not so much for lunch.
Well, I had a yogurt at breakfast and a breakfast bar, so it's a bit of protein. And for lunch, I had a chicken and mushroom pasta. And
You had mushrooms?
no, well, it's chicken and mushroom pasta. That's sauce that we have. So it's
so
all
it was like
all right,
embedded
yeah.
in.
Yeah.
I was going to say,
Still,
you
look
don't
at-
like mushrooms.
Look at this then. How many cars have we got out there at the moment? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Both Ferraris.
There are 14 cars out of the track right now.
That's insane to think as well. So Vettel's going to become the 15th out there too. But
We're not even a minute and a half in.
no, we're not. That's incredible. As brand new hard tyres going on for Vettel.
Here comes the 15th.
And you've got all your data in front of you as well. You've got my notes as well. So if I just look over my own notes, what is it? 2 sets of hard tyres they get per weekend as
I
well.
can get used to this.
Yeah, there you go. There's all the tyres starting with all the weekends.
It's going to be you for a bit.
It's homologated with the amount of tyres that you can use. So what is it, Megan? 2 hard, 3 medium, 8 soft.
Yeah, and 4 intermediates.
And
Green.
3 wets, yeah.
Yes.
There's Lando Norris going out there. I think Danny Rick's just behind him as well. So it's going to be interesting to see this session how much is going to be the slipstream run between the teams as well as to ideally how much time you want to spend out there on your own, how much time you want to spend there with slipstream. It's going to be the big factor.
Right. I've got to ask something because I'm just really curious about this.
Go on.
Is there a part of a track where it's really close to the other?
Yes, down at turn 8, across over with turn 17.
I've just
It's the
seen that.
Same side of the motorway, yeah. Same side of the motorway.
Imagine
but
if there's a crash
yeah.
and it goes onto the other.
Yeah, there's a large Tecpo barrier between it as well and catch fencing, so it should be all right. But it's just coming after the
You never
long
know.
straightaway. But yeah, this circuit, as I said this morning, always reminds me of a key. It looks like a key. Like you can hold it
It
and
does
turn
look
in.
like a key.
Either that or a toothbrush.
gate.
Yeah, or either that or a toothbrush with toothpaste on it at the other end as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, 56 minutes to go. Well,
Double-ended
57.
toothbrush.
That's it, yeah, that's the one. Ferrari were quite strong this morning. As well, they were second and third. So I was going to rub your nose in it. I said yesterday that Ferrari and McLaren were doing quite well. And they were doing. McLaren 5th and 8th on the board. Red Bull topped it with Verstappen. But yeah.
Oh, so
Yeah,
I
yeah.
win a bit and you win a bit.
Everyone wins slightly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't get too much out of there. But we've got times coming on the board anyway.
Oh, I'm going to take a lot out of there. Right, so Ocon's actually doing quite well leading this session.
Yeah,
be
was it?
honest.
Sector times at the moment.
Yeah, sector
37.4, Sector 1, Sector 2, 43.236 at the moment. Gasly's quick, but now so's Leclerc. Sainz was fastest Sector 1. So this is going to be the early runs and probably the fastest times we're going to see at the moment. Megan?
What I've noticed there is that there's no cars out on that track. And there is a yellow flag about to come out, I think.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Yeah.
why. Who was that flying off? It's Bottas in the Mercedes off at 1.
It seems like Mercedes has lost control of their car. Though honestly, it's not a bad corner to go off at because it's just straight road for a bit. So
Just locked up the inside front, went straight on as well, was able to get it out. As you said, Megs, there's a lot of room down there to get it off, and I think there's another one out there.
honestly, I think it's one of the best corners to go off at.
Yeah, there is. There is another yellow. So there's a secondary yellow out there
Who's gone
somewhere.
out now?
Don't know, because we're not seeing anything at the moment. And
And yellow in sectors 2 and 3. Does that mean debris?
that must be down at turn 15 then, that yellow, which is where we saw it this morning. It's gone green now anyway.
Mm.
That is an interesting one. I didn't expect to see that many yellows continuing on from FP1 as to what we've seen now, but Hamilton's on a track now circulating.
Right, we're looking at Lando right now, and it's... Oh, he went off at the other.
Turn 15, yeah.
He went off the other bit, and he did a very good turning round thing there.
We saw that in FP1 when he did it with Bottas as well. It's actually the last two drivers to go off in FP1 are the first two to go off in FP2, but at different parts of the track. And I think we've just seen Vettel have a moment because he was in an odd angle of the track.
Mm.
coming out of turn 16. So we'll keep an eye on that one. Yeah, here's the two sides of the typical replay, and it was Vettel to go. Oh, just lost the rear, jumping over the curb as well, and just sort of.
That was lucky.
Yeah, just lost it round as well, so he'll be able to continue. I think is that Verstappen coming through with Ocon as well.
Ocon's just like speed up.
Sainz.
I can just hear it. Right, so Sainz is doing quite well at the moment, even though his sector times are questionable.
Yeah, 144.072. Perez at 144.273. And here's Verstappen about to start a lap time. I suppose I'll talk you through that one. Down towards turn 1, 200 miles an hour. Back down from 8th gear now to 2nd gear. Fly through. The first 4 corners here at 90-degree angles. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. So it's pretty much like the Beijing circuit for Formula E. Pretty much blocked up with each other. But then you get the twistiness section of the old city. As well. Turn 4, first right, turn 3 again, another left, turn 4, the first to the right, down, 3rd gear, 60 miles an hour again, drop it sometimes into 2nd gear if you're in a high fuel mix for a qualifying run. He's already 5 tenths up as well as he enters the old city. As you can see, the track narrows up as well. This is where the two halves of the track are similar, but it's smallest on this side. It's got the buildings just alongside it. Now watch, the track goes from being 16 metres all the way down to just 8 metres. And it's really single file through the castle section as well as Megan.
Fernando Alonso tops the session with a 143.657. I am very, very thrilled at that fact because, obviously, favourite driver, very seriously, yay.
Yellow at sector 1.
And there's sector 1, yellow. What's happened now?
That must be a turn 1 instant as well. That's got to be something just running off. Maybe it was Alonso going straight on.
Now.
So, Verstappen out of the castle section. Now he's got this long run down across the line. This is still, you've got to be so careful not to whack the barriers because you're at full speed as well. And you're going to have to open up the DRS and it's just going to be so tricky across the line.
Gasly tops the session with a 143.216. And right now we just saw like
Toto
Hamilton
Wolff,
and then just Toto Wolff behind it. And my first thoughts were to that, Lewis Hamilton's changed a lot.
Lewis got P6 at the moment as well, and still seeing circulations out there as Martin Brundle's not with the Sky F1 team this weekend, so Paul di Resta has been sent out onto the track. I think he's down at turn 4 as well.
That's hilarious.
I suppose you better get used to this view, Megan, because 8 days time, if all goes to plan and I'm at Snetterton, this is quite similar to how we're going to be operating. You'll be sat here in the commentary box in a little camera, and I'll be off at Snetterton commentating from there.
All I think is the fact this is really funny. Watching Paul di Resta.
Well, just sort of lean back. Well, you're going to be seeing me do that as well. Although you're going to be seeing me on this little monitor instead of the big one in front of us.
Something tells me he's going to be ringing out his ears.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one as well. I think he's got earplugs in.
I'll still get through.
Yellow.
Again, what is it with you guys today?
Yeah, this is what, for 5th yellow already?
I'm just surprised it's not a Mazepin.
You already went off in free practice 1 and whacked the barrier. And
everyone else is going off.
Yeah.
He's actually not going off, which I'm impressed by.
No idea where this is at the moment. I'll have a look. Sector 2, Latifi has gone off the track, apparently. So that's brought out the yellows. I think we've gone green.
And it's staying out.
Yeah. So, we've
gone
green.
It's gone green now, though. What happened there?
Sure, we'll see a replay, but Sky are insisting on being trackside. I can't really criticise because I'll be trackside, as I said, next time out at the...
I can criticise.
Yeah, you can criticise as well if I miss something as well. But,
Paul di Resta, we all love you, but we want to see this replay, so...
Yellow sector... Oh, another yellow. And Perez, I'm having some air coming through the helmet, so for the second run I need to change it. So his helmet's got a hole in it. We've got another yellow as well on the track, gone green now though. So Perez has got a hole in his helmet.
I love as soon as I say, can we see something other than Paul di Resta? It just listens to me.
Yeah, well, we had that in Monaco, didn't we? Although we're no longer on the teledirect of Tele Monte Carlo. We are on the teledirect of FOM again. So FOM, we won't have an annoying replay when there's a side-by-side battle up the hill. anytime soon as well for the next year or so. But yeah, interesting enough, everyone's out on the track right now, bar Ocon and Schumacher. So they're going to be running out on quite a lot of track time as well as Sainz to the line.
And Sainz does a 1:43.162, which is a really impressive one. And it's literally less than 100th of a second.
Yeah, about what? Four hundredths. Yeah. Another one. 4/10, sorry. 10ths? Hundredths. Yeah, hundredths. I mean, this is Mazepin.
Do you know, that's the thing I always struggled with.
Mazepin going side by side. What's he saying? Mazepin saying, what is Sainz doing? Ruining his lap. Have you ever heard of a toe?
Right, and there's another yellow flag. Seriously.
And Sainz saying he was finishing the lap and getting out of the way, and Mazepin went straight through. Permanent yellow. Out on the track right now as well, and that's why.
Oh, that is... I want to say Ocon.
No, it's a Williams. I can't see which one at the moment. It's Nicholas Latifi.
Again!
Don't know where he is on the track, actually. I think that's down at turn... it's turn 15, so... That's where Lewis went off earlier on, and Lando as well.
Oh, he's very slow. Is he moving to the side?
I think he stopped. This will be a red flag. I think he...
Yeah.
I think,
look at the wheel.
I think he stalled it, trying to get it back into first gear. So he found reverse gear okay, but I think it's gone. Engines died.
Also, his wheels aren't in great shape.
This might be a red. I think it might be. We've got an annoying little graphic popped up as well on our streaming deck, so apologies if that's happening anything, but this might be a red flag, or at least a VSC. It's it's red flag.
Yeah, I would say red.
Well, I think that it is red flag. It is red flag.
Yeah, it's too far into the track to go any other way, and the drivers, they come out the corner round where he is, and I've just seen one of the Red Bulls have to avoid it, and now I think Leclerc has to avoid it.
Let's see what happened then. Did he just...
It just died.
It died before he got to the turn. So he hasn't locked up and gone straight on. The engine's just died straight away.
Yeah.
So he's already had that issue.
So the screen didn't turn blank.
It sounds like a gearbox has just cut out more than an actual engine failure, because let me find reverse gear.
What does that mean?
Got a double
red, double yellow.
Well, that's because that will mean because the red flags are out, but there's a car right in the way, so the double yellows are warning the other drivers that this is where the accident zone is.
I know.
I wouldn't be doing that. Latifi's taking his foot off the brake, got a downhill segment of the track. I mean,
Latifi?
That's
You're not
faith.
Sonoda.
Yeah, that's faith, can I say. That's faith in the Williams holding and the cars having to get out of the way. But red flag. So first red flag of the weekend as well, actually. We didn't have one in FP1. Yeah, good point. You're here. But I'm enjoying the Ferrari one too, to rub your nose in it a bit more. That Ferrari will be strong here.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Right, so that session was full of yellows and a red flag.
We're only 14 minutes in. We've still got another...
it's all dramatics when I'm here.
Yeah, still got a long, long way to go yet with this
Also, I'm doing something different to normal.
Yeah, leading, yeah. Well, your call where you want to take the direction now. Usually I'd think of things to say when there's an ad break.
I've already thought of things to say. I've thought ever since that the yellow started coming out there's going to be a red flag. Though, what is wrong with all the drivers' cars today? I mean, they're just stalling.
Crosswind, I would say, would be a factor. It's air temperatures at 28 degrees as well, so the engine's running hot.
Also, that's not working.
Yeah, the driver's track is... Well, there's no one out on the track at the moment. They're all back in the pit lane, but it wasn't working anyway.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Yeah, I don't think we've got... Unless there's a data connection issue. I would say the main issue would be the fact that we haven't raced here in 2 years. It's a tricky track anyway. Tyres are going to be overheating and cooling in different parts of the track because you've got the long straightaway to sort of cool the brakes and everything. So I would say it's just a getting to know your phase. By qualifying tomorrow, it should be okay unless someone puts it in the wall at the castle section. But I think Q1 will be one to watch tomorrow. They'll all get the hang of it. It's practice. Anyway, I'll be more concerned if this happens in FP3.
Until 2019, every race here had seen more than 10 drivers finish on the lead lap.
Yeah, the 2019 race was a bit of a dull one, to be fair. I mean, 2016 and 2019, in my opinion, are the dull races we've had here in Baku. 2017 and 2018 were absolutely fantastic races as well. And 17s I still think was better than 18s, but people say 18s was more dramatic with the two Red Bulls crashing out. But if you remember, nothing happened for the first 40-odd laps in 2018, whereas in 2017, everything blew up all the time. I mean, by 22, we had a red flag out and everything. So, yeah.
I can't say that Nicholas Latifi hasn't had much of a thing here. I mean,
much results.
Yeah, in Formula 2, however, he finished third in 2016 and 2019. Well, I think.
Let me see. What was Nicholas Latifi has raced in the Baku City Circuit in Formula 2 and GP2 in every year from 2016 to 2019.
I was looking for crashes, so you don't have a section on that.
In 2017, he finished third in both the feature and sprint races, and third again in the 2018 sprint race. 2019, he finished third in the feature before taking victory in the sprint race. And the 2016 race are the only ones that he's failed to score points at.
It seems as well that both Mick Schumacher and Nikita Mazepin have the least
by Yuki Tsunoda.
Here. And Yuki Tsunoda has even less.
Never even raced here. Never even seen the track, Yuki Tsunoda.
So the rookies, they're not going to do well. And it's...
Yeah.
Tsunoda hasn't even raced here before, so this is a whole rookie track as well for the rookie.
Same, Monaco was the same for him, actually. He was okay there as well. So yeah.
Mick, he raced here in 2019, and he retired from the feature race, though he finished 5th in the sprint race, which is good. Whereas Mazepin raced here in 2019 as well. He finished 8th in the feature race and retired from a sprint race. So they're kind of doing a mix and match situation.
Mix and match is nice, actually. Hello to Beth. Hello, Beth. Hope you're well. Over in Australia. She says, breaking news, Scuderia AlphaTauri officially confirms rumours that Tsunoda's reverse gear has now been found. Apparently, Mercedes mechanics found it hiding in Bottas's wheel hub. Yeah. Well, to be fair, the amount of time that he was spent down there, it was like an Austin Powers movement this morning, Tsunoda. He was almost rivaling Ragunathan with that one, but I do like that one as well. Megan's leading the commentary, by the way, Beth. I'm not all that well after having my second COVID jab.
Damage has been greatly done to the barrier.
That was in F2 this morning. Marino Sato.
They still haven't fixed it.
They'll repaint it added tomorrow. Anyway, green flag out in the next 40 seconds or so. Yeah.
Well, since we have 40 seconds to go, just saying, Beth, can you please write a joke book?
Yeah.
Because
I'm up for it.
I would buy it.
Yeah. Also, don't forget, Beth, we've got a new Discord server. The link's in the YouTube bio as well.
I'm just looking to see who has the most experience here. And I'm looking, and I'm actually surprised at how much experience that Stroll has.
Stroll's got quite a lot, actually, yeah. To add to that, I think, there you go. Race winners segment of the track.
Mercedes has the most wins with 3.
Red Bull 1, yep.
Yeah.
2017, the only time they've done it. And, yeah.
As you can tell, I'm not as good as...
I think we're green.
Yeah, we're back on track. If the driver tracker would ever
start working to begin with, yeah. Green light. Session is underway.
And first out on the track, I think it's a Ferrari. And I'm going to take a shot in the dark here and say Sainz.
You are right. Yeah, Carlos Sainz is out there. I don't think our driver track is actually wanting to work with us today at all at the moment. We're trying our best. Replay, Megs.
Right, so replaying of Sainz doing something. Oh, that came very close to the wall there.
Coming out of turn 6 and turn 8 as well before the cancel section at 9. So already having a little bit of a moment, and they've had a moment again.
Oh, and he goes over the white line. Oh, seriously? It's been less than a minute, and there was already a yellow flag.
Another yellow out there on the track. Where is this?
They're just stuck in a replay.
Yeah, yes. Maybe. I think it's another run off the track, you know.
Okay. Why are they replaying when Sainz didn't go off the over the white line?
Over the white line, yeah.
He didn't. He came 2 centimetres away. No, he didn't.
No track limits actually here in Baku either, because it's such a tight line track. So there's no worry of anyone running over and taking more time. Zero track limits.
You'll look at the track limit.
You'll find that on page on those documents actually. Yeah, but
Yes.
there isn't. There's no section. I've scanned it, and there's no section of track
find
limits.
it.
Unless there'll be another one that'll be delivered tomorrow. Beth saying, how do you think old mate Danny Ricciardo will fare this weekend? Well, he was 8th in free practice 1. Norris was 5th.
Well, he's doing better than his teammate right now.
Yeah,
so.
I think Danny Rick might actually do quite well here. I mean,
Let's
he's won
look
here
at his
before.
experience.
All right, I was going to say he won here before. That's pretty much it, but over to you.
No, you can read out. You're going to say
It's you're leading. Oh, you can't read that much, can you? Danny Ricciardo won in 2017, started 10th on the grid in that race as well. The last time he reached the end of the race as well was when he won it, because he retired in 2018 and 2019. Finished 7th in the first ever race in 2016 as well. Best qualifying result of 3rd here in 2016. But we've got an audio up that, Meg, so it's your turn now.
What does that mean?
Audio up, that means you can talk around it, so...
What am I meant to talk about? Right now, all I can see is sites coming up for things. And is the track wet or something?
Track looks a lot darker as well in places. So
It
maybe
looks a lot shinier as well. There's oil on the track.
I think they've scrubbed it overnight as well, and it's still shiny, as you can see. New tarmac being laid down as well, yeah. Sainz fastest in that first sector as well by about a quarter of a tenth of a second as well, 0.049, so that's what, 400ths of a second faster.
Doing really well.
Yeah, coming up to the castle section now as well. And this is the part of the track where it shrinks down to 8 metres across and nearly puts the rear tyre in the wall as well.
Nearly repeating what his teammate did back in 2019. Or was it 18?
2019, yeah, you're right. Firing up now, then back over turn 13. This part of the track I love so much. You get so much speed, and then you're braking in a downhill segment of the track to 15. That's why we see so many lockups and touching the wall at the exit. Yeah.
Speaking of touching the wall, Sainz almost does that. And he goes over the white line again. I mean, I know there's no track limit, so still, if you can just try to keep away from the walls, that'd be lovely.
5/10 up on his own best time as well. So this could be a good lap for Sainz as he is going to activate the DRS. He's got the clear. Also 5/10 up, but he's coming to the line.
And the Ferraris have sector 1 and 2, whereas Williams holds sector 3.
That's a surprise. That is a big surprise, actually. What was the time by Sainz? 1:42.243. Leclerc.
Now Sainz has taken it over again.
Yeah, so it has changed over. Yeah, with sector 3. I thought he would.
Good job for Russell.
That was Russell. Yeah, I was going to say, I thought it was Russell because he just went up to 13th place. So, yeah, great job there. And, Russell, we expect track to improve by 9/10 of a second. So that third sector time could actually get quicker. I expect it to get quicker anyway.
Jeez. Right, lapping during the race.
Yeah, no sign of it in the notes, is it?
Observing.
Yeah, to answer your question, Beth, I think Ricciardo's going to do quite well this weekend. Maybe a top 5 finishing result, at least. Top 5 finishing result.
I'll study this like I used to study for GCSEs.
Yeah, that's why you're leading the commentary. Oh, I thought also as well, it'd be nice. I'm not feeling all that great anyway, and Dad's back at race control watching along, I think actually the MotoGP at the moment. But I thought, it'd be nice if you led a session for a change, because you used to take free practice 3s a lot, didn't you? And,
yeah, then when I started GCSEs.
Before we broadcasted everything live, but yeah. So yeah, I thought it'd be nice for Megan to have another go at it.
And now I'm free from it.
Yeah, that's why you're here, actually. It's
yeah, but I still need to do that college work.
1:24 British Summer Time on a Friday. But yeah, you're free.
Normally, I would be 6 minutes away from going into maths at this time.
Welcome to mathematics in real life, a Formula 1 practice session. Yeah.
Ooh, lines or bollards at pit entry and exit. That could have something.
Well, this has changed ever so slightly. Hamilton's gone P7, actually.
Aha! I found a limit.
Okay, where?
For safety reasons, the limits of the pit exit should not be exceeded by cutting the white line bordering the painted curb on the apex with all 4 wheels. Furthermore, the limits of the pit exit should not be exceeded to the right of the white line bordering the painted red-white chevron separating the track and pit exit with any part of the car.
So that's just the only limit they've got is
So
when they're
far.
coming out of the pit lane. So because I'd find it very hard if you can get all four wheels over a white line at this track. I mean, the only place you could do it really is maybe turn 17 just before you come onto the back straightaway. That's the only real place I can see track limits being an issue because we've got the barriers alongside. And I do like Azerbaijan. It's got the paint. Usually when we head to street tracks, they're all normal.
Yeah.
They're not as, they look like a normal racetrack. But now we've got the paint on it as well, and it looks great.
Right, so removing cars from the grid, that could hold something. No. Post-race part. Is that French?
Could be. Perez fastest first sector there, Megs.
Oh, that's good.
Are you taking over? I don't know what.
I don't know. I'm trying to look through this, so it's just so complicated.
Perez's second sector time coming up now then. Sainz was a 1:17.352. Perez already off. He's a 10th off his own best time as well. So Perez might jump up to second. But I tell you who is second, Megan. Antonio Giovinazzi in the Alfa Romeo. He's P3 now. But Leclerc going fast his second sector.
Aha. I found something that Latifi should have followed.
What?
Should a car stop on the track during a session, the driver must keep all their protective clothing, helmet, gloves, etc. on until they return to the garage. He shouldn't have left the car.
I would say that's interesting as well. He shouldn't have left the car indeed, as Perez does indeed go third fastest at the moment. We've got a yellow! Leclerc's in the wall!
Again.
And where's that? Down
In
at
the same
10:15.
section where his...
This will be another red. That's where Latifi stopped off the track as well. Can he get it restarted? Oh, we've got the wings completely off. That's down at turn 15 as well. So Leclerc is stupid again. I think it's fair to say.
He's got no front wing.
Yeah, that's going to get that. And he's perfectly just left there as well for the marshals to get back. And Megan.
Right, so it is a virtual safety car has been deployed. And he just locks up at his front right tyre.
And straight onto the wall. Lucky actually not to take off the front suspension there at all. He is a very lucky boy at the moment that he hasn't damaged anything else. It's gone in perfectly. It's gone in absolutely perfectly as well. Right angle as well. Just a centimetre to the left, the front suspension would have been off.
And it's perfectly destroyed in lines of the barrier.
Yeah, so this should...
Easy to replace.
I can't see this being another red flag.
No, just a virtual safety car will do.
Yeah, but he's getting back to the pit lane now.
I found another thing. This is not a track where a driver should take any risk to get back to the pits if he has serious mechanical problem or damage to his car. The stewards will be asked to strictly enforce Article 22.11 of the sporting regulations at all times.
So that is keeping in the track?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Latifi should not have left his car.
Interesting. See, this is what happens when I give you notes.
Because he shouldn't have been able to take that risk to try and get back to the pit lane. Replacing the front wing. And I have a blocked up nose now for some reason, which I'm trying very hard to speak normally.
We are going green, by the way. And we
Replacing
are green.
Front wing.
Yeah. Right, we are green as well at the moment as Megan just blows her nose down the microphone. We did go green, but there's another yellow.
What's happened now?
We went green and another yellow flag.
I'm hoping this might be
out.
just a false yellow.
No, I'm not too sure.
It hasn't come on here, so.
There it is.
Oh, there it is.
Sectors 2 and 3. That's turn 15 again. So what's wrong at turn... Oh, who's gone off at turn 15?
I'm naming that the devil section.
Might be, yeah. Beth saying Gio's times are interesting. I agree with you. P5 overall as well, looking quite good. And
Do you know, before I followed him
green.
on Instagram, I never realised he had such an obsession with biking.
Who does?
Giovinazzi.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Oh, yeah.
He spends half his life on that bike.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he? Oh, there's such a perfect angle as well to knock off the front wing as well. If it was a centimetre to the left, he would have taken off the suspension as well. So Charles Leclerc, very lucky boy, and those marshals got the front wing back, and
so perfect.
I wouldn't be surprised if they might be able to repair that, you know.
They will be able to repair it. It just has no problems.
They might be able to just put on a new set of bolts, glue it back together. I would be surprised if that front wing is back next time out at the What Grand Prix is next? French?
Probably.
French Grand Prix in 2 weeks.
I should have brought my coat with me as tissues in its pocket. But I don't know why. I just have a stuffed up nose. And it's only in this nostril.
That's very strange. Well, you haven't been doing COVID tests, have you? No, you haven't. Yeah. So he's got used to it and that hasn't. Yeah.
It's feeling lonely.
Yeah, you have to take some COVID tests anyway. I technically, well, not technically, I've had both vaccinations. That's why I'm feeling a bit dopey today because it's affected me a little bit. So hopefully, hopefully I'll be all right for tomorrow and giving it my all as well. Don't forget, we've got practice week coming up tomorrow.
Oh, more notes.
They're my notes. That's my book I've got. You're not going to like this, Megan. Look at the monitors.
Oh, you got to be kidding me.
Another yellow.
Surprise, surprise! A yellow in sectors 2 and 3.
Turn 15 then. Someone's gone straight on then. I wonder where that is. Oh, she's gone. She's had enough. Green flag back out then on the circuit at the moment. No, I was going to say green. There's another yellow flag.
I swear to God, if it's 2.
Oh, and that's why. It's Pierre Gasly. He's reversing.
I just knew it was going to be you.
Yeah, Gasly reversing. Oh, that's sent another car off straight away. So Gasly reversing on the racing line.
That was a Mercedes.
That
was the Mercedes of, I think...
Bottas.
Sector
2. Bottas, yeah. It'll be Bottas.
But seriously, I thought you guys were professional drivers.
That's a bit dangerous there. Let's see what he did then. Is it not? Yeah, big lock up again. Oh, and that's very deep. He's gone past the bottom. He's almost gone into the recovery truck. His brakes are good there, but yeah. We have gone green.
Just be glad it wasn't going into the barrier.
Yeah, look at that. The cameras also went down. Yeah, so I've been asked by the FIA to please have a look at new track routes. I want to go down towards the big Baku Towers alongside. Got loads of slipstreaming going on down towards Turn 1. We're going to see this in the race as well if the safety car comes out.
You gotta be kidding me!
Guess what's happened?
Yellow flag!
Do you want to take a bet where it is?
Turn 2 and 3?
Perez 1.
Sectors 2 and 3.
I'm not sure, actually. We can't see it at the moment. Perez first. Sector 1.
Oh, thank goodness.
That must be Turn 3. Who's off at Turn 3 then? Oh, it's Vettel. Vettel off at 3. He locked up and got straight on.
You couldn't give me a lap, could you?
No, I've never had to press the yellow flag and green flag buttons so much.
I swear it's been on like 20 times.
Well, let's have a yellow flag count. I mean, I'm going to go back across FP1 and FP2 tomorrow, and I'm going to count how many times, and we'll keep a tally up in the box about how many yellows there have been. Because we never saw one yellow flag in Monaco, and that's very unusual. Hamilton. Apparently, he's become a mime artist. Saying I'm never going to get past them.
Lewis. It's not a race.
I don't think Lewis is enjoying his car at the moment. He's stuck in traffic as well. And I don't think Lewis is enjoying it. He's down in P9 at the moment. He's a second off.
Race, right?
Yeah, but he's a second off the pace in FP2, and he's on long runs as well. So this. I genuinely think Mercedes have got problems at the moment. I think they found something. Something's flicked since Monaco, and maybe it's street circuits they don't work well at.
Maybe.
I mean, Monaco was the first street track we had. Now this is the second. So maybe there's something on street tracks that the Mercedes is just not well at. So it doesn't click.
Tell you what it reminds me of. It reminds me of, in a show I once watched, someone put Cheetos in the fuel thing. I wonder if that's what's happening to them.
Who put Cheetos in? What show was
Captain
that?
Holt.
Oh yeah, put Cheetos in the gas.
Yeah,
pan,
and it blew up.
Yeah, because it's got large amounts of chemicals in it. It was yeah, same. Well, I'm surprised no one's made a car running on beans. To be fair, I mean the amount of gas is there. I'm sure that could feed something. It's going to be a question. I had this conversation yesterday actually. Whoever works out how to contain hydrogen safely is going to be the richest person on the planet. Because
Should I start working on it?
You could. If anyone could figure it out, Megan, it's probably you to figure out the hydrogen solution. So yeah,
it seems quite simple.
Volatile.
Hydrogen is a mixture. It's inside water, so if you can find a way to separate the oxygen from the water molecules, then you could probably figure out a way to separate the hydrogen properly and to put it into containers, because it will be similar to containers which hold water and oxygen. It's basically the opposite of an oxygen tank.
Yeah.
Why out easily.
Well, they know that principle. They just can't do it.
I know, though, I knew about this for like 30 seconds. I've already figured out something that probably took them 2 years.
Yeah. Megan is a bit of a genius when it comes to this. Anyway, run us through.
I was in top set science.
Yeah, you are. Go on, run us through.
Right, so first so far is Perez, second Verstappen, third Sainz, fourth Leclerc, fifth Gasly, sixth Alonso, seventh Giovinazzi, eighth Norris, ninth Ocon, and 10th Tsunoda. Do you want to do?
All right, Hamilton is 11th. That's surprising me, actually. Then we get Raikkonen,
Got a rookie in front
12th,
of him.
Ricciardo 13th, Stroll 14th, Bottas just goes across the line now 15th to 144, 184. Then we get Vettel going was 15th now, then Bottas, Russell, Mazepin, Latifi and Schumacher last overall on the board.
When you know Mercedes has problems, when
Yeah.
a person who has never raced at this track before is ahead of Hamilton.
Yes, Tsunoda's P10 and Hamilton 11th. That Mercedes have got something wrong with them at this point. I would be astonished if there's not a big meeting this evening at Mercedes and trying to change the balance of performance. Because of course you can set your engine mode for however high or low you want, but they need to lock it in for qualifying. And Beth saying the answer is, for the hydrogen question, a Toyota Morale. Is that, I can't read that. Morale. Morale, yeah.
Hold on. I'm just going to look up whether they found it yet.
I presume Beth's got the answer, and I presume Beth's right with the Toyota. So they have figured out the hydrogen. That's news to me. I know there's a hyperclass in World Endurance Championship at the moment using hydrogen fuel cells. But they haven't exactly figured out a way to
It can be stored
quickly
in freeway.
Yeah, it hasn't quickly figured out how to reuse it as quickly. And Megan.
As a compressed gas in high pressure tanks. Basically what I was saying.
Genius. You didn't even know about that. You figured it out.
I just linked it to water straight away because you have oxygen tanks, you have water tanks, and it's oxygen and hydrogen combined to make water as a compound. So if you separate the hydrogen and then separate the hydrogen from its two bonds to the other, and since hydrogen is, do you know one of those symbols where it's just normal H and then a 2 at the bottom
H2,
either way?
Yeah.
Well, it's still that either
Hydrogen
way.
squared.
Yeah.
Well,
So it's just simple. You just need a high pressure tank.
so this is a lap recap of Sergio Perez down at turn 4. Did he touch the wall? Nearly, and he's close to the castle section as well. That castle section always reminds me of York as well, just in the UK as well. I'm trying to think as well. Beth over there in Australia watching along with us as well. Any castles over there? I'm not. There must be, yeah, but I'm not aware of any castles. I bet there's one that is an obvious one and we're forgetting about. But is there any castles over there near you, Beth? I mean, I'd love to know.
It isn't home to many castles, but there are a fair few in its origin and thus have many old structures and buildings.
Oh, wow. See, that's the thing as well, because I know Australia...
Oh, they're really pretty as well.
Yeah, the foundations of Australia wouldn't really lead to castles, would it?
Yeah.
The origins of Australia, yeah. Bizarre one. 21 minutes to go. Perez and Verstappen 1-2, so Red Bull's there
There's
as
some in
well.
Sydney.
Hello to Thomas Clements as well. Hello, how are you? I'm a bit whacked out because I had my second COVID jab, so I'm not all that well. I've had a bit of an effect with it, but I should be okay for tomorrow. So Megan's leading the commentary today.
Apparently there's some castles in Sydney.
You kidding? Really?
Yeah.
You're asking me on the smallest phone with my short-sightedness?
No, the smallest phone is, in my opinion, out of phones we've owned in the last 10 years.
The 4?
The 4.
Yeah. Australia isn't home to many castles as well. Oh yeah, there's a few noticeable castles in Sydney. Oh wow, I bet Beth is typing that out now as well.
Yeah.
You
She's
okay,
like,
Megan?
I've been to them.
You all right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thomas, how are you? You all good? Simon Wallace says about 500 years too late for castles, mate. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah. Thank you for that. Thank you. Yeah. I was thinking because there wasn't that many. I didn't think there was many castles, or because there would be no need for them, as well. Yeah. You guys discovered us only 200 years ago or thereabouts. Only castles here is Newcastle. Oh, very good. Yeah.
But apparently there are some in
Yeah.
Sydney. Go and visit.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, that's a great historical chat we've just had. Yeah, because with the castle section here in Baku, I was just thinking as well, because we did the UK, Britain did discover Australia as well, and I didn't think there would be castles. That's more of a European thing, isn't it?
It is because, like,
I don't think there's any in America, is there? Castles. There might, well,
I'll
let's
have a look.
not count the White House. That's pretty much it. That
Yeah,
pretty
but
much is a
that's
castle.
just a house.
That's more of a palace than a house.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not too sure about that. Yeah.
That's it.
All right, here's FP2 chat. BBC get in trouble for this as well, going off topic. But we've got a castle here in Baku, so we're linking it back. But
There is.
is there? Let's see. Where would you say there are castles, and where would you expect to see castles?
In Illinois.
That's it. In Illinois. Really? Oh yeah. Benford Castle. Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah. See, that's the thing. You find castles in a very unusual place, is it? Because it's more of a. I always thought.
George Washington had it built.
Yeah. I always thought it was more of a European thing as well. Castles.
Have you noticed how all the castles that are built
Then again,
from people
Commonwealth of Australia.
who were just countries that were discovered,
Yeah.
well, we thought to be discovered by
Ben saying we don't have French down here. That's why. Yeah, fair point. Fair point. Yeah. France is over there.
the French did have a lot of castles. I mean,
France
William
is
of-
littered with them. Yeah.
William of Normandy carried a castle on a boat.
Spain's full of castles. Actually, to be fair, there's quite a lot of there as well. Although the one thing that struck me when I was in Spain as well is how much wasteland there's there. Actually, there's a lot of wasteland.
There's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Thomas saying as well, what's happened to Mercedes? We were just saying this actually, Thomas, as well. I'm very surprised about Mercedes. What are they, 11th for Hamilton? Bottas down in 16th. They were pushing. Hamilton complained on the radio saying there was some traffic on his lap times, but they were bad in practice one this morning as well. I would be very surprised if there's not a big meeting this evening to try and change the engine mode to give them more power. Sump low, fuel low on Mick Schumacher at the moment. He's crawling back into the pit lane. So yeah, I'm gonna. I can hear bagpipes.
So can I.
Let's just hang on. Let's just turn this up. Can you hear that? Can you not hear that as well? I can hear castles. Let's move that around. Can you hear this?
I don't know if I do.
I can hear bagpipes behind the commentary box. Listen. Can you hear that?
It's coming from a church.
Wow. That's insane.
It's someone's funeral.
No, there wouldn't be a funeral. But yeah, can you hear the bagpipes as well? We can hear the bagpipes. Can you hear the bagpipes? Wow.
See if you can hear the bagpipes.
Yeah, say in the chat, could you hear those bagpipes that were just outside the commentary box? I just heard it over my earphones as well. Well, I'll tell you what, we were on about castles. They've decided to come down from Scotland.
Yeah.
Which is full of them.
It's decided to be with 1500s again, and
Yeah.
Mary Queen of Scots isn't going to work through.
Yeah, wow. So let us know. Could you hear those bagpipes out there? Yeah, Thomas also saying they are so bad now, Mercedes. Yeah, I think we discussed this as well. I said to you, Megan, you're the lead, so you can say it, but there must be some issue with...
They've stopped.
Yeah, there must be... Yeah, they have. There must be some issue with the track on street circuits that is affecting them out there.
Yeah, I don't
yeah.
think they're very good at it, to be honest.
Yeah, I would be very, 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 very surprised.
That's always been a problem for them, though.
Yeah. Let us know if you heard those bagpipes. Oh, that's not Danny Kvyat. Where's Danny Kvyat? Move out the way, mechanics. Where's the Russian driver? Somewhere around there at the moment. There he is. There's Danny Kvyat.
Why is he just sitting there?
He's the Alpine test driver this weekend as well. Give us a wink to the camera as well. Green lights on. 15 minutes to go with the session. Anything else you want to talk about?
But why the hell those bagpipes over there?
No idea. That's, I think, one of the most confusing things we've heard in quite a while with those bagpipes behind the commentary box. I think I heard them when I came into free practice this afternoon, but I didn't realise they'd be on now. But yeah, let us know if you did hear those
back
bagpipes.
again.
Yeah, let us know if you did hear those bagpipes as well when we turned the boom microphone on. We've got here as well. This is what we do all the voiceovers with, and the what do you call them, lap times, and what we present the esports with as well. So that's the little boom mic we've got here. Great little thing as well. It's a radio podcast one, so it's a great little one that we use up here in the box. Got loads of equipment. We need to do a commentary box tour. People have been asking for it, so we'll get around to doing that sometime.
Thomas saying Max is probably going to win the championship if Lewis carries on like this. It is likely, yeah. I mean, he's below a rookie.
Yeah.
So.
I think Lewis... He's missing the championship now by 4 points. 105 to Verstappen, 104 to Lewis after Monaco. I think Lewis might not win here or score many points. I think this would be a Verstappen round. Beth saying Mercedes problems equals tunnel-like conditions caused by street circuits like Baku.
Yeah.
Brilliant, yeah. I was thinking that, yeah. Yeah, fantastic, Beth. Well, yeah. This is why we need Beth on the broadcast.
Yeah.
I really want you on in Australia. Your home race.
When's Australia?
November 21st, something like that. Well, yeah, that's right. 19th to 21st.
Yay!
Yeah, I would seriously I'd love you on one of the practice sessions, Beth. I think that'd be absolutely fantastic as well. Unless you're actually going to the race, of course, in Australia, in which case as well, don't want you missing out on the race. Although, yeah, that'd be quite fun to have you on the broadcast as well.
I can just
hear the bagpipes, yeah, at the back. Yeah, join us next weekend as well. It's because it'll be the British Touring Car Championship race at Snetterton, and hopefully, if all goes well, the current plan is that I will be trackside at Snetterton for watch along. So we'll have cameras on the track, seeing some of the cars. I'll be stood in front doing watch along again.
It's Stoffel Van Dorn.
Yeah, there's Stoffel Van Dorn. But Megan will be sat here in the commentary box running the stream and everything, and I'll be back at Snetterton in Norwich commentating at the track. So I'm looking forward to that one. And I'm gonna be at the start of the race. I'll be at the start and finish line. Race 2, I'll move around a bit to the other side of the track, and then race 3, I'll start around the last corner and then come out to the line as well to finish out as well.
Do you think Lewis needs to retire from Formula 1? No, I think that's really his choice. I think he's still got a few good years left in him, to be honest. I could see him going on for ages.
I thought Lewis would retire end of last year because there was so much with all that. He hasn't signed a deal. His contract wasn't signed until 3 days before pre-season testing started this year. I generally thought he might retire. But looking at him this year, he seems like a new man. He's loving this title fight with Verstappen so much. And I can see him. He's tested the tyres as well for 2022. He likes them. And he wants to sign the contract for next year between now and before we get back for Belgium at the end of August.
I think he was contemplating leaving last year because it's like, right, I've equalised with Michael. What do I do now?
I think he will sign for 2022, just a 1-year contract, see how it goes, and then if he likes that, he'll do a 2-year contract and retire in 2024, which is just before the new engine rules come in for 2025. So I think that is the plan. He'll go to the end of this V6 turbocharged hybrid era.
What would he do after?
And then in 2025, I think he'll go into managerial roles at Mercedes, team principal of his own Extreme E team. And I think he might focus on other parts of his life because how old would he be then? By 2024, if I can get my driver stats, which is right on the end of the page, sorry, Megs, as well, to come through here, just before the driver page is here. Here we go. How old is he now then? Hamilton's top of the boards.
Hamilton was born on the 7th of January 1985.
So he'll be 39. He'll be 39 when he retires.
It's hard to think.
I think, yeah. If my guess is right, he'll be 39 when he retires. Schumacher went until he was 43. We had Alonso still going now in 40 years old. So it's not
Raikkonen's 41.
It's not unbelievable to see Lewis go. He might. I tell you what, life begins at 40 is something he has said in the past, and it's a famous saying as well. I think he might retire
when he's 40.
When he, Yeah, and his 40th birthday would be between 2024 and 2025. And 2025, the new engine regulations, I think he'll retire at 39 at the end of 2024.
And wait for a new era.
It'll
be a new era
That'll
when
become
he
the next year.
retires.
Yeah, I think he'll bow out gracefully there. I don't think he'll do a Valentino Rossi and keep going when it's very clear he's past it. Which is
When
what
did Rossi retire?
Rossi hasn't retired. Valentino Rossi hasn't retired yet. He's still circulating. You commentate on MotoGP. You should have remembered that one. But
I know, from Formula 1.
Alexander.
Yeah.
No, he didn't retire. He just went to IndyCar.
I know, but when did he leave?
2016.
How old
End of
was he?
2015. Oh, a rookie. He was a rookie. He was only 21 when he won the 500. Anyway, back to the point. Yeah, I think Verstappen will not get the ride at Mercedes at all. I think he'll stay with Red Bull. But I don't.
He's definitely a Red Bull kind of driver.
A little bit Mazepin. C87. So driver. So Mazepin had an issue with his car and he needed to change the settings, but it wasn't working correctly. He was in the wrong setting. He wasn't in the He was in the Monaco setting. So he had to change it around. He jokes over the radio, "We're not in Monaco anymore." So Charlie 84, yellow sector 1.
No.
Someone's just probably run off either turn 1 or 3 at the moment. One of the little runoffs. Gone green now anyway.
Right, so do you know what I compare Verstappen to a lot in my brain?
What?
Like a young Vettel.
Yeah, I see your point. Well, he is a Red Bull driver as well, so yeah.
Because I can see that if Verstappen was ever to leave Red Bull, then he would go to Ferrari. Maybe.
It was Bottas who went off at turn 1, and this links back into what I was saying. I don't think Bottas... Oh, he nearly went off
Ferrari
into the
or
barrier.
McLaren.
Oh, that's a nice little
Oh.
pirouette for Valtteri. Yeah, as well, I don't think as well Bottas will stay at McLaren at the end of this year. I think it'll be Russell and Hamilton for 2022, and then maybe 2023 we'll see Russell
Mercedes.
alongside Hamilton again. Yeah, Mercedes, yeah. I think Bottas will be let go at the end of the year.
Yeah. He should just move to a different
Oh, Verstappen's
team.
locked up! Sorry, Megan,
That
can I
was
crush
a
you there?
good save.
Yeah, he nearly went into the barrier and nearly had the front off exactly like Leclerc. New underwear for Max, please. Code Brown. Code Brown. Oh, just getting through. Mazepin saying that the grip was good the first few laps, but not on now. Thomas is saying he doesn't leave F1. Yes, this is about Lewis as well. He said he doesn't leave F1 next year. Who should go to another team? I think Bottas would. I think Bottas would leave, and Russell will come back through.
I think it'll be quite a swap around.
Yeah.
And there's another yellow.
Sector 1 now, so that's turn 1 or 3.
Originally Sector 2 and 3, now it's Sector 1. Seriously.
Long, straight, old tyres. Bound to see it at some point. It's probably turn 1 again.
Track clear now. Though I think it'll be quite a swap around.
Yeah, for sure. Thomas also saying, do you think Leclerc will win a championship?
I think eventually he's still pretty young in the rookie phase. I mean,
Yeah.
he only came like 2 years before.
2018 he came
2
into
years
the
before
championship.
COVID.
Yeah, 2018 he came in. So yeah, I think Leclerc will win a title. I think he will win it with Ferrari.
Yeah, I
think
can see it.
I think Ferrari will get their act
He's
together.
a Ferrari driver.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And it was Tsunoda who went off the track. Does he manage to find reverse gear? Doesn't need it. Swings it round. And able to get back through. So there you go, Beth. The reverse gear was found, but wasn't needed. As Schumacher getting out of the way there of Gasly at the moment. Is that Gasly? Yeah, it's Gasly. Just check out the helmet.
Who was Michael's teammate? Do you know?
Barrichello.
Did he ever win a championship?
No. I don't think he was allowed to win a title, Megan. Is the safest way to put it. Oh, I've got a huge graining in the rear, says Leclerc. So yeah. Yeah, I don't think Barrichello was ever allowed to win a title. He wasn't even allowed to win a race. He was ordered to let Michael through twice in Austria.
He was the original Bottas.
Yeah, he was, yeah. Well, to be saying that, I think he would be the original Bottas. Barrichello was sort of... I would agree with Barrichello, but who was before Barrichello as a teammate like that? Who?
Ratzenberger?
No.
He was really good at driving.
Bottas' tyres are graining at the back. Hang on, who was the original Barrichello then? Who was the driver who was at the teammate through and everything? I'm thinking Senna's teammates would be Prost. Yeah, that would be interesting as well. Who would be your favourite driver for Lewis after F1? No, this is the problem. That's a question for Ian Birch.
Yeah.
That's a question for Dad. As it was Sainz who went off down at turn 16 as well.
I don't think you have a favourite driver, though.
I don't.
do.
I'm passionate about them all. I have certain. Yeah,
You have equal love for them.
Yeah. I'm slightly, but I like seeing Lewis win a title because British you can't not. But at the same time, I've got utmost respect for Max Verstappen. I think he's a fantastic driver, and I think he's come a long way in the last year. And if he wins the title, I'm gonna freak out. I think that'd be fantastic if Max can win this title. Honestly, I do. I've got a very soft spot for Lando Norris. I think he's a great driver. Charles Leclerc, I think I loved Charles Leclerc's win in Italy and Brazil and Belgium the week before. 2 wins back to back. It's the only time I had to leave the box because I was a bit emotional.
I remember that.
I was very emotional in that commentary box as well because we lost Anton the day before, and then suddenly one of his best mates takes his first ever win. It was a very emotional weekend as well. Gasly's win I enjoyed as well. You like Alonso as well a lot. Yeah,
he is my favourite driver because he was my first ever world champion.
I
just love him.
I'm looking at the grid and I can't see one driver to favour the other. I really can't. They're all sort of great. I mean, I'm looking at the top 5 and I'm saying Perez race winner, Verstappen race winner, Sainz podium finisher, Leclerc race winner, Gasly race winner, Alonso race winner, Giovinazzi never been on the podium, but
great driver.
Yeah, great driver, quite strong.
Great cyclist as well.
Yeah, Norris podium, Ocon podium, Tsunoda.
Not quite yet.
To be fair, I think the only 2 drivers. Okay,
I know who you're gonna say.
No, 3 actually. The only 3 drivers I feel don't really deserve to be on this grid. For one reason, lack of talent. One reason, not taking it seriously. One reason as well. A pay driver. I do not like. Do not like a strong word. I do not have a high opinion of Tsunoda, Mazepin, or Latifi.
Yeah.
And Mazepin, for his dangerous driving acts as well, I already didn't like him in the Formula 2 days. Then what we saw, he did in the end of last year as well.
Latifi's a great guy, though. He's always at the back.
Latifi, I find sometimes as high moments, sometimes as low moments. And Tsunoda, I think, is a very angry driver, and he hasn't figured out that he's in Formula 1 yet. He hasn't adjusted to it as well at the moment, and I don't know. If I was going to pick out 3 weak links in this grid, I would pick out Tsunoda, Mazepin, and Latifi as weak links. Yeah,
because I've always wanted Latifi to do well.
Yeah,
so he's just always been at the back, and you can't even blame it because he's a Williams driver. Because you see Russell getting sector points being highest, whereas Latifi, the highest he gets is when the session starts and he's the one out on the grid. Martin
Brundle may not be here, but his spirit's here at the moment, isn't it? I tend to agree with you there. I think, there's no... Who would be my favourite driver if Lewis had left and won? Lewis isn't my favourite driver. I don't have a favourite driver. I explained that.
Mine's Alonso anyway, but if Alonso left, it'll be a very, very tight mix between either of the McLaren drivers.
I mean, we did have a habit last year of commentating on races when we didn't do them all live, and
Lewis
won when we were covering those races live, so I can see why it looked like...
we're not psychics. We can't predict whether he's going to win a race.
Since we've covered them all, though, I think you should just go back and listen to commentary at Bahrain with the Max and Lewis battle as well.
Yeah, I'm quite critical of Lewis.
Yeah, Emilia Romagna as well, how great it was for Verstappen winning and there as well. And just listen back to Sergio Perez winning in Shakir last year when we covered that race live as well. Just go back and watch that one, and Bahrain as well. Honestly, there's some great races, and I enjoy great Formula 1. I think that's it. Any driver at that time, I will get just as passionate about.
Yeah, I may have a favourite driver, though. I do sometimes criticise Alonso because sometimes he's just slow on the mark.
Yeah. And Sebastian Vettel just come over my ears as well. A lot of people have been criticising him over the past couple of months, but he did a great race in Monaco, and I think it's given him a confidence boost, and he's back in form.
Drivers just seem to have off times.
Yeah.
So they eventually get their pace back in, and for the drivers that always have an off time, well, they need to start work. I'm not saying they don't work harder, it's just they need to try and look more deeply into finding strategies.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. So I just say that. And hello to Curly, who's watching along. Hello. I hope you're well. I hope you're liking the new in-ears as well, earphones as well out there. But yeah, looking at that grid as well, I think that's... And Beth saying Rubens went on to invent a famous sandwich, though. Yeah. Rubens Barrichello as well. Yeah. Oh, God, I miss him. Who doesn't miss Rubinho? He's got, Barrichello. Oh, is it Barrichello or is it Barrichello? It's Barrichello.
I could probably play the cello because I play the violin.
Do you know what? I miss Rubens Barrichello. And I miss him so much as in both in the paddock and in Formula 1 as a driver. Barrichello, I always thought was a great driver, and he was outshined by Michael a lot. But look at the Brawn days. He almost won the title when he was in his late 40s. That's how much I thought, wow. His last win as well, he always, the passion that guy had for racing is unbelievable.
You don't need to win a title to be one of the greats.
I might try and get him on the commentary, thinking about it for one of these sessions. I think that would be quite fun to have Rubinho on.
And I didn't even notice the session has finished.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to notice that the checkered flag had come out. I can't tell. You're the lead commentator.
Or just getting too caught up in talking.
Yeah, well, the cars are still circulating. They haven't all taken the checkered flag yet anyway, so we're okay. Yeah, Stroll's back into the pit lane. They're all coming through now. Verstappen. Oh, he's picked up vibrations on his slowdown lap.
Max, you do know it's stopped, right? You just have to go in the pit lane.
Yeah, should be okay. Right, go on then. Talk us through the results. You're leading. I've had a relaxing afternoon's work here.
Right. So first is Sergio Perez, which... Didn't I say something about Perez?
You did say yesterday in the pre-show Red Bull would be strong with Perez ahead of Verstappen. You didn't think it would be Verstappen ahead of Perez. So you got that right. I got Ferrari being strong as well as McLaren.
We both got it right.
I don't think anybody predicted Mercedes being as bad as they are. Where is he?
No.
Hamilton 11th, Bottas
they aren't even top
16th.
10.
Yeah. When was the last time you haven't seen them outside the top 9? If that was qualifying, they'd be eliminated from Q3. I think for the first time in the hybrid era, neither cars would get through.
If that was qualifying, Bottas wouldn't even get into Q2.
Good point. He'll be out in Q1. Yeah, fair point.
And Hamilton wouldn't make it into Q1.
Yeah, Q2. Q3. Yeah.
No, Q1.
No.
He won't make it into that.
He's P11, so we'll make it into Q3.
Yeah.
Over to you.
Right, so first Perez, second Verstappen, third Sainz, fourth Leclerc. It seems like a day for the secondary drivers to be ahead of the head drivers today.
I like that.
And fifth is Gasly, sixth Alonso, seventh Giovinazzi, eighth Norris, ninth is Ocon, 10th Tsunoda, 11th place is Lewis Hamilton, 12th is Raikkonen, 13th is Ricciardo, 14th is Stroll, 15th is Vettel, 16th is Bottas, 17th is George Russell, 18th is Mazepin, 19th Schumacher, and 20th is Nicholas Latifi.
Biggest surprise definitely is the two Mercedes, though, with how far away they are down on the deck. I mean, I think the biggest surprise in that session would be Giovinazzi, P7.
Yeah, Giovinazzi, I've noticed recently he's doing incredibly well.
So, Verstappen topped FP1, Perez tops FP2, Red Bull dominate, Ferrari looking incredibly strong. This is another Monaco, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've got that feeling. This is going to be another... and Mercedes, just as Beth explained, don't like these street circuits.
I think also Mercedes might be in a bit of an internal crisis.
Yeah, it looks like they are as well.
Because
nothing well there, is there?
They're not agreeing on anything. You can tell the anger in just their attitudes, just the determination and just panic.
What a fun session. I can't wait for FP3 tomorrow when I'm back in the chair. leading, and Ian Birch joined me for FP3. Megan's with me for qualifying, and the race were all together. So a nice spread out there, I thought, with Megan now being available on Fridays for races. Just gives it a nice little
Do you know,
bit
this
of
kind of makes me want to start taking over practice sessions again.
Dear Lord.
Because you know I love doing that.
Over my dead body.
Only one.
Yeah, only one.
You know I love practice sessions.
Well, you could take the French Grand Prix, but you can have the French Grand Prix all to yourself. In fact, you can.
You don't like that
You
one.
can have the French Grand Prix all to yourself.
I'll try it.
All the
With me, it'll
light-
probably be exciting.
All the 5 lights, everything. You can take it all because France is duller than dishwater. In fact, even dishwater I would find more interesting. I've
You watch with me, Vic. It'll be more exciting. It'll be crashes, red flags.
If that ever happens at Paul Ricard, I think hell would have frozen over and Hitler would be back from the dead, ruling the rest of the world, because I don't think France would be ever interesting.
Well, I can't say Hitler will be back from the dead because he'll probably be shot on the spot. Though I can say that how frozen over. Well, I throw up when I go in churches.
Yeah, probably right. Okay, well,
Which I always found weird. I think I just don't like the smell.
go on, wrap up then. Are you going to ask me any questions?
So, what do you think qualifying is going to be like, and who is going to be on top?
Looking at it today, it'd be hard to distinguish from one of the Red Bulls. I don't think it'd be Perez. I think Verstappen might take pole. Don't count out the Ferraris. I would say it would be Verstappen on pole from Leclerc, Perez from Sainz, Hamilton, Bottas, Norris, Gasly, top 6.
I think
Top 8.
I personally think it will be maybe a Red Bull first, then a Ferrari, then a Red Bull, then a Ferrari.
Same as me, but not in any determined
Yeah.
order. Yeah.
I don't care which one of them is. I just feel like it's that.
Top 3 for qualifying: Verstappen, Leclerc, Perez. That's what I'm going for.
Yeah.
I don't think Perez has got what it takes for pole, but I'm going Verstappen pole, Leclerc second, Perez third.
Yeah.
Go on.
Right, so this is the end of this session. Join Joshua and Dad tomorrow. I think it's Joshua. Yeah, you both doing that?
Yeah.
For qualifying 3 and
Practice 3.
Practice 3 and then qualifying. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.